Hello guys, in this video we will look at the crons and we will learn how to create crons and how to use them. So basically we created the cron skeleton module. We have the registration and the module file. Now what we need to do is to create a class and then we make it a process to run in the background. Now I will create a class. I'll call it cron example. So I will just say cron will be a folder and then the file name will be example. So the class will be cron example and that will act as a cron. So you can see the class will not extend anything, so it's just a bare minimum class, and then you can make the functionality to run into a main method. The main method you can call it whatever you want, so if we call it just public function execute, and that will be our main method, but you can name it anything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to log something in the system file. So let's remove all these log files, and then what I'm going to do is inject a logger interface here, and that will write debug statements into the system.log file. So just initialize it now, and then I will say this logger info start running cron example. Now give it a sleep for 2 milliseconds, and then this logger info cron example finished, and that's all we need. So this is the bare minimum class, and it just logging some text into log file. It doesn't do anything, it's useless, but it's just an example on how to create crons. To create crons, we already created as a class. Now we need to configure it. To configure a cron, we will create a cron tab file.xml. So cron tab.xml file will be created inside etc, and now we will go cron, and then you will see the config here, so you don't need to worry about it. You define it inside the group will be default. Now you give it a name, we will call it cron example, and then the instance, the class you created, which is this one. So this is what we created, and then we can add it here in the instance, and then the method we have called the execute. So this is the configuration of the cron. Now we need to configure the schedule. I will schedule it every minute. So these are how to schedule the cron and how often is going to run. Say for example, if I want it to run at different timings, then I will say for example 0, this will run every night at midnight. So how do we get some of the schedule patterns? We can get help from a website called Cron Gurus or Guru, and this will give you exactly what you need. So at 4 in the morning, and then the cron will be running. Now you can give it whatever time you want. So if I give it 0 here and 0 here, then we just need the space in here, then it will run at midnight, and then it gives you, this is the minutes, this is the hour, this is the day in the month, and this is the month, and this is day in the week. Say for example every Tuesday here, so Monday, Tuesday, it will only run on Tuesdays. If I give it 1, it will only run on Mondays. Anyway, so this you can get help from, and this is called crontab.guru, and I will stick it in the description. Now we have created this, and then we need to have it as every minute here, and by that we have done configuring this cron. Now what we need to do is we need to flush cache, php and Magento cache flush, and then we call config because we changed in the configuration. Now this will done it, but how we test the cron? So once the cache is flushed, how we test this? To test this, there is one way, but it's not recommended to run it locally, which is php bin Magento. So before that, if we go to cron tab -e, we will get the cron jobs being installed in your machine. So I've got the composer self update, and that's okay to have it, but to have the Magento cron installed locally, that is going to be a problem. It will eat my CPU and memory. Machine will be very slow, and also probably it will trigger emails to customers, and you don't want to trigger emails to customers from your machine. Also, if you have a application with subscriptions, you don't want to run the subscriptions, especially with having a live credentials. So don't do this. This is just for demonstration. Please do not do it at home. So never do it. It's supposed to be on the server on live. So you can do this, php bin Magento, and then cron install. Now you run the cron install. Now the system will ask me for administration rights, so I'll just go okay. Now if I go and run cron tab e, you can see it will have the cron installed, and it will run in the cron run. Now if I just exit this, and if we just check the system log, and then you can see start running cron example, and this will always close, and then this is finished, and this will be scheduled and will be always running in the background. But I don't want this because this is not healthy in my machine, so probably I'll just go and delete everything here. So I'll remove it. So if I cannot do this, what is the alternative to do it? To do it in the alternative way, you can go to Magento 2, and then you can use this application to run crons, and this is just a file you can use. So you just run this command and paste it in here, and this will load it. If you go php Magento, we have it as n98 Magento, and then sys cron run. I will type the cron tab name. I have it here, so just paste it here and then run it, and this will run me the training example, cron example execute. And if I go to the log files, you will see these. If I just to delete them, delete all the log files, and now run it again, you can see you have the logs here. That's because we're running the cron directly. Now this is the way how you test crons, but you cannot test the schedules with them. But the schedule you can get it from the cron tab bureau, or you can get help, or you know what you put in inside the schedules, then that's fine. So this is how you create a cron, and I think the example is simple, but this is pretty much it. These are the only steps you need to do in order to get a cron up and running, and I think this is it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.